you played with these people's lives.
I did.
I hate to break it to you. He got married like close to a decade ago.
I have never seen, but I am familiar with the concept of Shaolin soccer.
All right, welcome back.
Welcome back to Off the Air, the podcast where many things are constantly happening.
Noah, can you actually start this one off by putting Miley Cyrus Eminem up on the screen?
Miley Cyrus Eminem, honestly, Miley Cyrus Eminem may as well live on the screen because
things do that?
I mean,
can we put that on the screen for audio only listeners?
Yeah. I'll make it the one-time thumbnail for this episode if I can figure out how to do that. It's just going to be the Miley Cyrus Eminem.
All right, good.
Which I'm sure is exactly what you wanted.
At all times. So, the thing about me is I love the Miley Cyrus Eminem, and I am so mad that the green Eminem isn't as sexy anymore.
Honestly, the green Eminem used to be, dare I say, Jackson, the green Eminem was very submissive and breedable while also girl bossing.
Yeah, I'm in tatters since I found out that they desexified the green Eminem yesterday. I just heard about this.
Damn. I can imagine how upset you would be if you did just hear about this, as I'm sure that you did.
Love. So you know the classic bit, like the Tame Impala guy.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you probably haven't heard of them. I would love to be like that exact person, but with pop culture things as like a whole. Be like, holy shit, dude. I just saw this like movie. It's called The Green Hornet. You probably never heard of it. It's really good.
It's a little obscure. Yeah, no, that would be fantastic.
Whatever. The Green Hornet movie exists.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. That's all I have to say about it.
Do you not like it, or have you not seen it?
No, I don't. I'm gonna be real with you. When I was doing that bit, I don't know where that exact like phrase came from. I was gonna say like the Avengers, and then I was gonna say Green Lantern, and I was gonna say no one knows the Green Lantern movie, and I said Green Hornet, and I was like, no one fucking knows the Green Hornet movie.
I don't want this to be yet another Jackson mentions something that everyone hates, and then Noah and Dan like it. But I actually do have a soft spot in my heart for the Green Hornet movie. for the modern Green Hornet movie. Is that the one with what's his name, the Weed Man? Like it was made like several years ago. Seth Rogen.
Yeah, is it Seth Rogen?
It's probably not. In my mind, he is, but he's probably not.
Is Green Hornet 2011? Holy shit! You're right. Seth Rogen is the main character. Wait, Seth Rogen's the main character?
Yeah, man.
Wait. Seth Rogen is the main character.
He is. And honestly, a greater main character you could not ask for.
Wait, and hold up.
But
wait. So Seth Rogen is the main character, and Jay Cho is the second lead, or Kato, who's like his sidekick / partner, the one who's actually like competent.
Yes.
Man. So Jay Cho, I don't know if you're familiar, is like really famous.
I got the vibe, but I did not know that.
Like Jay Cho is like a really famous like Taiwanese musician.
Oh.
Like he's a singer-songwriter, and he's also just like, he might be a nice guy. He's kind of like he's got a lot of entrepreneurial things going on, like a lot of like businesses, owning things, staking things, very much a capitalist to his core. And I don't know, he might be nice. I don't know enough about him to start talking too much shit.
One of those things
I do know that he owns a League of Legends team.
Could be good.
Yeah, he owns a professional League of Legends team. That's one of the best in Taiwan.
That's pretty cool.
Fun fact for you. They're called the J Team.
The J Team.
Jay Cho.
That makes sense.
Yeah. This movie's ass, though.
It is. Yeah, it is not a good movie. But it is a blast. I don't know. I have a lot of good feelings toward it just because of.
Yeah, no, it seems like he's not been in a ton of movies. A lot of like sports. He's been in a few racing movies. Apparently, he was in Now You See Me 2, which I did not see.
Now You See Me 2 has been mentioned to me like 6 times in the last week, and it's all been from Nina being angry that they weren't able to call the movie Now You Don't because the studio didn't think anyone would follow what Now You See Me, Now You Don't story arc.
He was in Kung Fu Dunk.
Kung Fu Dunk, is that like a wild basketball movie?
Yeah, dude, I remember seeing a trailer for Kung Fu Dunk when I was a kid.
Kung Fu Dunk sounds amazing.
Dude, it's like I'm gonna be honest with you. Kung Fu Dunk walked so that Haikyuu could run. It basically, okay, I've never seen it. I don't want to like misrepresent this movie because again, my only knowledge about Kung Fu Dunk is that I saw a trailer for it. I think in one of like the anime DVDs I had as a kid. And it is it's either a Taiwanese or a Chinese movie, and it's basically a kung fu. Are you familiar with Shaolin soccer?
I have never seen, but I am familiar with the concept of Shaolin soccer.
It's that, but basketball. It's like a over the top, insane like love letter to shitty kung fu movies that weren't even that shitty, but just were like insanely over the top and kind of corny as a result. It's like a love letter to those via basketball.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, so it's like it's a kung fu movie with all that insane lightning graphics, over the top action, people flying up 5,000 feet, slamming things down, city blocks exploding.
As you should,
but
yeah.
instead of like fights and like thousands of people being fought, it's basketball.
Oh my god, I love that idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's got a 4.8 on IMDb.
That sounds too low, but
That's
it
what I'm
also
saying.
sounds
It's-
exactly like what I'd expect from some people.
People are just scared.
No one's ready to have a good time anymore. I don't even think this is a hot
No
take.
one
I
is.
just mean it. Like, people are too afraid to allow themselves to enjoy life.
Kung Fu Dunk, I would not have remembered Kung Fu Dunk existing had this not just like infiltrated my brain with that specific memory of seeing the commercial for it over and over again as a child. Because when did this come out? 2008. So, I was 10-ish. I mean, when the ads were coming out. Yeah. Shaolin Soccer I also remember, but I feel like I remember more about Shaolin Soccer because I feel like that was like a bigger deal. Or maybe I'm wrong.
I feel like Shaolin Soccer is a more commonly known name. Because, like, that's not a movie scene that I'm, like, into or anything, but that is also something that I'm familiar with. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah, Shaolin Soccer is like, I think it seems less over the top than Kung Fu Dunk. It seems a little more like, and it's from 2001, so yeah. It seems a little less over the top and insane. Well, still over the top and insane. I don't want to,
I was going to say, you don't want to sell this thing short.
misinterpret me. Yeah, I don't want to sell this thing short. This is still like city block exploding level stuff, but I think Kung Fu Dunk is like to 11,
Oh, I do like that.
Man, I want to watch these movies.
I mean, why not?
Watching these ads. Yeah, why not? Who's going to stop me from watching Shaolin Soccer and Kung Fu Dunk?
Not me.
But
in fact,
anyway,
I'm going to say, hey, let's watch it.
Anyway, Jay Cho is in Kung Fu Dunk as the main character.
Okay. He was fine in Green Hornet, so like I guess I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, I mean, I know his music. I don't know any of his movies. But
honestly, the
he's
fact
in
that
some.
you know him as a musician is insane to me, since I didn't even know that was an option.
Well, I mean, you probably don't listen to a lot of Chinese music, if I had to guess.
Damn, you got me there. That is, dare I say, a musical blind spot for me.
Yeah, I figured as much. Which is also completely fine and normal.
Mm-hmm.
As I don't think, if you don't speak any Chinese at all or have any like interest or like date someone who listens to a lot of Chinese music and speaks Chinese, you don't really find yourself listening to Chinese music that often.
Yeah.
A lot of more listen to a lot of specifically Taiwanese music.
Mm-hmm.
But also a lot of Chinese, like traditional Chinese music, and also some like M-pop.
Mm-hmm. Is that Mandarin pop?
Yeah, it's kind of like it's just sadder than like K-pop.
Okay.
And like even like J-pop. But J-pop's, I feel like K-pop is not relentlessly sad usually or melancholic. And I feel like, I mean, obviously it can be. I mean, every genre has the capability to describe a full range of human emotion. But I feel like for the most part, K-pop's a little more up.
Yeah.
At least, from the big representatives, especially because they're all selling those ads left and right. Am I right, everybody? Car commercials, let's go.
I was going to say.
Anyway, I feel like M-pop and like a lot of Mandarin pop and like Taiwanese and Chinese pop music is much more like melancholy in not always a bad way. A lot of breakup songs, a lot of like sad music. And there's also obviously peppy and up and happy stuff.
Oh, of course.
But even like the love songs have a little twinge of sorrow to them a lot of times. I dig it. But I'm also a sad music head, so.
Sad music, man. That's one of those things, right? I do love me some sad music. And I'm not trying to sit here and listen to like depressing music all day, Like I don't want that, but I do love just some sad tunes. Sometimes they
You know,
just hit the spot.
I've been listening to some more rap music than normal lately.
Mm-hmm. I think you mean crap music. The sea is silent.
So true. So true. So true. Anyway. Anyway.
Yes, in a serious note.
I'm sorry. Apparently, J. Cho is like the second listed person in the credits of Vin Diesel's XXX4.
4?
Yeah, I guess so.
The man's made 4 of those?
Guess so.
Holy shit, dude. Every now and then I'm reminded that Vin Diesel is just like a force of modern culture that I will never escape. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't like it.
Holy shit. J. Cho had a song in Kung Fu Panda 3.
Oh my god.
And The Interview. Are J. Cho and Seth Rogen just friends?
They must be, right? Like,
they've gotta be.
That's a lot of connection. That's a lot of connection at this point.
That's a little too much. Yeah. No, yeah, J. Cho's gotta be friends with, because who isn't whoever's in Now You See Me isn't like one of the like Francos in there and they're friends with Seth Rogen or something?
It's possible. I have actually never seen it.
Dave Franco? Is Dave Franco the one that's friends with Seth Rogen? I don't know. That seemed to me. But either way, he's probably friends. He's got to just be friends with Seth Rogen. I'm looking this shit up. Are these guys? I feel like they've got to be friends. Anyway, I've been listening to a lot of like
Franco.
old. Oh,
that's the man's name. I don't know if that's the guy you're talking about, but I could not remember his name.
I'm not really seeing anything about the two of them interacting with one another.
Maybe he was just in a movie or two.
I guess, yeah. It must have just been in a couple movies together and like not been like, I don't know, had not had any problems with one another. But like, I don't know. I was kind of hoping they'd be like best friends secretly. Maybe there's some trivia on the Green Hornet Wikipedia page.
Holy shit!
I mean, I don't care. Hey, who gives a shit? Yeah, no, I'm not actually seeing anything.
On the Green Hornet IMDb page, the film was a nightmare, according to Seth Rogen.
I buy it. What, why?
He says his studio execs paid little attention to the most expensive portions of the film and its inflated budget.
Any more trivia on this thing? Let's see. Seth Rogen shed 30 pounds to play the role. I'm not seeing... Nicolas Cage was initially supposed to be in the movie.
That would have been great. I really like that Nicolas Cage, before he dropped out, was going to do the role in a Jamaican accent, and the director did not like that.
Man, I'm not seeing any fun facts about J. Cho on here.
Honestly, I think my favorite thing about looking through this is that like there's not a lot of good trivia about the movie.
Well, apparently no one knew that J. Cho was famous until like he had already been cast.
Amazing.
That sucks so much, dude. How do you like? I mean, it just shows so much about like the just American mindset on the world at large to just not even fucking bother to be like, oh wait, you're like an incredibly famous singer in your home country, and instead just be like, who is this guy?
Oh,
like, just Google somebody. Just Google them. I mean, I guess if they're doing tons and tons and tons of interviews, but like still. Apparently James Wan was slated to direct it initially. That would have been so good.
That would have been sick as hell. Oh, I would have loved that.
Yeah, that's all I'm getting. I don't see anything about them being buddies. Regardless, I've been listening to a lot of like the older like Chance the Rapper music.
Okay.
It's been the sound of the summer for those last couple weeks for me.
Okay. I never much got into Chance.
I liked like acid rap, and I really like 10 Day, but you know, it's not a surprise that like he kind of is not very good these days, and it's not like one of those things where like everyone talks about it. I think some people are a little too harsh about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because it's kind of like he was like, he kind of like popped off for being like a, you know, a young like cocky kid, specifically for like his sound of being like a little like a little bit of a shithead over some like gospel type, you know, piano heavy beats.
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel like people are mad at him nowadays because like he's not like a little shit anymore. He's like an adult and he's like married and has a kid and is like a I don't know, like a just a normal guy. Which I get it. It doesn't really, it's not as fun to hear like a guy talk about being a cool, nice guy over like a gospel track as it is about like doing drugs and like losing friends and, you know, getting kicked out of school and, you know.
I think a big issue with Chance and public perception is that a lot of people think that he's just like too corny, but also he's like kind of a sincere guy.
Yeah.
Like he's trying
corny
to be,
just because like,
you know,
the gospel shtick doesn't work anymore. It worked when he was like a young rapper, like who was on the fringes, kind of like causing trouble, making a name, pushing up through society. And it's like, he's not that anymore. And so the sound doesn't really work. And that's okay. It doesn't have to.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes if you become like, if you grow as a person, you can grow out of your initial niche, which, you know, sucks, I'm sure, from like a financial and like a musical success aspect. But like, he seems like he's doing like really good as a person. Sucks he's a little bit corny, but like, that's okay.
Yeah.
Seems happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people aren't letting themselves be like sincere as much as they used to be because, you know, everyone makes fun of people for it. And
yeah, and I think it's also, he was just like, you know, it's like a lightning in a bottle situation. It's not going to last forever.
No,
that's
not
okay.
At all.
Got a couple good records off of it. Made his whole deal being, you know, unsigned for the longest time, just being like genuinely indie, and the fact that he was just literally independent. And like that was like his kind of shtick, and it was really cool. And he's, you know, it's just, he's older now. Things change. The industry changes, and you know, you can't keep doing the same bit forever, and that's okay. But your next bit might not be that good. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
I like him.
Green Hornet. One of the trivia things that's this may give away an important plot point. Kato cannot swim in the movie.
Does he die?
No, he doesn't. I think there's a moment where he like gets kicked into the pool and he almost like drowns because he doesn't know how to swim or something. But like, that's not trivia. That's not trivia at all. That is an incidental plot point. Oh, fucking hell. Sorry.
He just says it. He's just like, I can't swim, by the way.
No, he gets kicked into the pool and like Seth Rogen almost drowns him. So he's like, I can't swim, and he saves him, and then they become buddies.
God. You think he can swim in Kung Fu Dunk?
You know what? Only one way to find out.
Whoa, you're gonna push him into the pool in Kung Fu Dunk?
They might. I haven't seen it.
No one's gonna push him into the pool in Minecraft.
I am in Minecraft, of course. In
Minecraft.
I would never do that in real life. This
guy's gonna beat up Jay Cho in Minecraft. Go off.
I really, really dislike how much AI algorithms have changed the way people talk online.
It's funny, yeah.
Because like TikTok, if someone wants to say the word sex or sexuality, they can't. So they say segs, which is like,
you will never catch me saying segs, but I love tagging on, like saying I'm gonna like kill this person in Minecraft as like a. Hey, hold up there. I'm not threatening to do a crime. I said in Minecraft. I would
never do a crime, but
I think that's a good one.
Yeah, blank in Minecraft is always a hit. But I don't know, man. It bugs me. Like in YouTube videos, there will be like people doing stuff where it's like, and then they'll include some dumb little thing about, oh, but we need to appease the algorithm, so I can't say that. And it's like, shut the fuck up. Just shut up. Just you're making a video essay. Maybe just script your essay so that you don't have to skate around certain words. Because
yeah, you wrote the script.
Maybe it's just me. But in my opinion, it is far more annoying to have someone make a joke about not being allowed to say something.
Always, yeah.
Than it is to have someone just say the word. Just say the fucking word. you're not making your money off of like YouTube clicks anyway. You're making it off of your Patreon and your ad deals. 99% of the
that's
time.
what I think the person who does it best, at least in like the way of just like scripting around it or just not caring or the middle ground. I think like Northern Lion does a really good job of just like, you know, he's like, I try not to swear on my YouTube only videos too much because like one, it's bad for the like my AdSense, and two, like I've got a young child, so like I just in general try not to say fuck all the time.
Right.
But like it'll happen, and when it does, yeah, maybe I'll lose monetization if it's the first couple minutes. Oh well.
I'm a big fan of when a Twitch VOD goes up and then somewhere in there he'll read a comment that has a swear word in it. He's like, hey, whoa, we're trying to be nice for the YouTube audience here. And I think that's a hilarious bit where he just tells the Twitch chat they're not allowed to act like Twitch for a hot second because he's trying to appease YouTube.
I love the fact that like I've been a fan of Northern Lion since so long ago that I just remember when they used to just like talk about like come for an hour on the NLSS. And it's so weirdly different to like, but also in one of those ways where it's like, yeah, I'm glad because that's not what I want to hear anymore. But when I was like 17, that's the funniest thing. I'm older, but also so is he. And he's making a different type of content, and it's a type of content that I'm more like on board with.
Yeah. And that, I don't know, that's nice. It's nice to watch a creator grow and change, especially like in the case of Northern Lion, you've watched the man get married and have a child and like his content change appropriately. That's great. That's a blast, in fact. I think like as someone who only started watching him when what was it? The new Isaac dropped. Fuck, which one is it? I don't remember.
God, it could have been 10 years ago.
No, it was the one that dropped in March. Repentance.
Oh, really? Like this March?
Yeah, no, I started watching him like this year. You've been singing his praises for 4 years now, and I just never got around to it.
I hate to break it to you. He got married like close to a decade ago.
I know.
I was like, it's been like 10 years.
As someone who's only watched him since then, it's still been cool watching like the vibes change even just a little bit.
I love a good like individual who's able to and open to changing over time. Like, what a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
Like,
speaking of Northern Lion, and this is of course new game content conversation.
Dude, I already know what it's gonna be, and so earlier today I was worked with Nina, and I was like, man, I didn't think that there could be a game this year that would be in the running against Elden Ring for best game of the year.
Honestly, no. I was thinking
I was like,
same
yeah, no
thing.
way.
But then out of nowhere, Cult of the Lamb, totally unknown to me before I watched Northern Lion play a special streamer pre-release. And here it is. What a fun game. It's a little roguelike dungeon crawler. It's a little base management. It's a little dice game. Good lord, the dice game, the music in the dice game is so good. It's like this fun little guitar picked thing. I am blown away, absolutely blown away that this game is so good.
Yeah, no, genuinely, it's like, hey, what's the like next best version of Stardew Valley? You're like, oh, you know, who would have thought? Like, hey, what's the next best version of like Isaac also? And like, not necessarily even like next best, because that sounds like it's not as good. It's just like, it's just good and in so many exciting ways that all blend together really well. Cause like, and there's fishing.
There's fishing, and it is Stardew's fishing. It is just the Stardew fishing system, but a lot more forgiving. Like, sure, Isaac is better in the dungeon aspect because it is purely done around that, and there's way more items, and there's like, you know, ways that the items work together. But like, that's not, you know, that's not the core of this game. You're not looking to have 1,000 different items that all work together. You just got your couple of different like augmentations and 2 attacks. And then, yeah, sure, you can't make a fully self-sufficient farm like in Stardew where you blah 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 blah. But like, you got a little compound, you have a little farm, and it's like, it's actually something that you have to think about. It's fun. It
does seem very fun. What's your cult called?
I didn't name my cult anything fun because the first night that I played the game, I got home from pulling a double and it was the 11th, so the game had just released and I'm like, I want to play the game. I've watched NL play it and I want to play the game. So I stayed up until like midnight after already having worked for 13 and a half hours. So my brain was dead and I was just, very much autopilot. So it is just the cult of the lamb, unfortunately.
Damn, that's unlucky. Can you change it at all by chance or no?
Nah, but now that I have the vibe of how the game goes, I'm gonna finish up this file and then probably start a new one.
That's fair. I mean, that's allowable. Is there like an end to the game? Like, do you win?
I'm pretty sure there is an ending because there are 4 bosses that you have to take out, and then the in my opinion, the implied 5th boss is the dude that you work for.
The lamb.
No, you are the lamb. It's the one
Oh.
who waits. And he's all chained up
What,
and
for what?
everything. Well, he's
that's no good.
He's waiting.
Oh,
Because
okay. How long?
there's 5 people, and as far as I can tell, there's the 4 bishops of the old faith who you kill, and your guy, and they are imprisoning something. And I can't tell if it's the 4 bishops are imprisoning your guy, or if your guy and the 4 bishops were imprisoning something greater, and your guy then got imprisoned separately.
I mean, I feel like it might, if they're imprisoning something, I feel like the obvious answer would be your guy.
Yes.
But it could be anybody's guy.
I am very, very inclined to believe it's my guy who is the one that's like, it's my guy who's I'm gonna have to fight at the very end of the game. Like I'll have enough power that I can like finally push against him. But I don't actually know. We'll find out.
That's cool that there's like a clear end to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's 4 dungeon zones, and you have to beat each zone. If you don't die at all, you go through each zone 4 times. That's not doing any quest work or anything like that. It's just each dungeon zone 4 times, and that'll let you kill the boss of each dungeon zone, and then the 5th zone opens. And I have not gotten far enough to open the 5th zone because I haven't killed the other 3 bishops yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems really fun and cool.
Mm-hmm.
How much of like a don't starve / oxygen not included type vibe does the game actually have when you're in the cycle of it?
I don't know oxygen not included, so full disclosure, but
It's like a city type builder.
The don't starve element is definitely there because while your character will not starve and die, all of your followers will.
How bad do you need those?
You need them a lot because their worship lets you unlock different buildings that you can build, which are, helpful for the base management. But also, their worship will unlock like different weapons that you can use. Like due to the pathing I've taken, I get to start out my crusades with a level 15 weapon, which is pretty cool.
I mean, how strong is that?
A whole lot better than the level 1 weapon that I would be starting out with if I didn't ever get a single follower.
All right, wig.
Mm-hmm. You just say wig?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I'm bringing it back. Whatever. Get over it.
I'm getting over it, I suppose. But yeah, it just does a scaled up damage, and then it unlocks extra curses, which are the magic system in the game. Yeah, a bunch of fun stuff like that. Plus, you get attached to your little dudes because they grow old and die. So
no,
I know, but don't you worry. You can resurrect them. I have one guy who I resurrected because I accidentally fed him poison. It was an honest to God mistake. But I fed him poison and he died, and I rezzed him, but he's the oldest cult member I have by far, and he hasn't died yet because he already died once. So I'm waiting for him to maybe hit like another, like there's got to be like another like milestone that he'll finally be old enough.
And then they just die, and then you just can't. That's kind of sad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they grow to like age 46 or something, and they grow like they definitely are aging by like a year a day or something in that ballpark.
Okay, how many days in are you?
35, and I've had 11 dead followers.
Damn, did you kill them all?
Yes, because there's a path down the afterlife tree where either you can you can choose that having elders on your compound make people happy because it's nice to see old people, or
Mm-hmm.
you can choose to have them think that it's really cool when the elderly die because that means
Oh,
that you
wow.
sacrifice them to a greater purpose. So I combined
That's
sacrificing the elderly with the perk that lets me feed people follower meat without the negative
no.
implications. And I have like
You just
5
kill
different
old
things.
people
Yeah, so I have like
and
3
then
different
feed them to your
things.
buddies?
I have the Ascension, I have Sacrifice, and I have Deathmatch, or whatever it's called, where I can have 2 followers fight to
Deathmatch?
the death. And,
Why?
well, if I need to kill 2 people, then I'll have my 2 old men fight. One of them will live and the other will die. And then I'll sacrifice the winner as a reward.
You have your 2 old men fight?
Yeah. That way they
Why?
don't, because I said it's a good thing when old people are
Everyone
sacrificed.
thinks it's cool?
Yeah, the perk I chose made it a good thing when people are sacrificed and they're old, but a bad thing if they die of natural causes. Which means
Can
I
you
do
like play this
need
game
to
and be
kill them.
nice?
Yeah.
Is that like an option?
No, that's I took a lot of nice options. If I didn't take
You have old people fight to the death and then feed them to their friends.
Yeah, but like if I didn't take the cannibalism perk, then I would have taken the touch grass perk, which makes people okay with eating grass soup. Like there's no faith decrease if they eat grass soup, makes them little vegetarians. If I
What's
took
wrong with
instead
that?
of the because it's my first play. My first play, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta kill people because this dissenter is ruining my camp. So I had to sacrifice
There's a
him.
dissenter?
Yeah, there was this guy who's like, I don't trust you. I think you're full of shit. And he's making everyone
That's
else
mean.
doubt me. So I'm like, oh, I know what I'm gonna do. And I got the perk that made everyone happy when people are sacrificed in general. And then
You
people,
played the game.
yeah, it.
You played with these people's lives.
I did.
Just because they didn't agree with you?
Hey,
It's
Hey,
almost
now.
like cults usually aren't that good for everyone involved.
what? No,
I'm starting to
Jackson.
think.
Jackson.
I'm starting to think.
I'm at the top of this thing, and I can see the whole thing as I look down over it. And from the top, I can tell you, it all works out.
Eh, why would you lie to me from the top?
See, that's what I'm saying. Now, maybe you would feel better if you got in on the ground floor of this thing. Like, you wouldn't want to miss out.
That's probably it, yeah.
So I'll send you the paperwork. You can sign up, join the cult. We got some robes. We provide your clothes. We'll cook your food.
I guess the sooner I join, the sooner I can get high up in this thing.
That's exactly
What happens if I
it.
recruit people? Do I get a part of their earnings?
So if you recruit people, you actually, their faith channels through you to me.
Yo.
And that, like, it kind of will, like, inspire you and, like, boost you. You know what I mean?
That's such a good point.
So the more people you bring in, I'll make you my tax collector, which I also have one of.
You can have taxes?
You can have taxes.
That sucks.
Yeah, the cash tree is so good because the first one is either you can extort tithes from people or you can bribe people. And I'm like, well, I'm getting
What'd you
tithes
pick?
because I need money so bad. But I really want to try because so for the Twitch one, I did extort tithes, but then instead of doing, because there's another choice elsewhere that you can either scare your followers into obedience and hard work or appreciate them extra and make them love you more. But no hard work.
What did you
boost.
do?
Well, on my first one, I did appreciate them extra. And I'm like, I'm a nice man. You get a +7 instead of a +5. But on stream, I did, hey, you fucko, get back to work or I'll eat you, which is a +3, but they work harder. But now I also can't bribe their loyalty with money. So, like, I'm kind of in a financial rough spot where, like, I get money, I guess, but also none of my people are a high grade person for when I sacrifice them. I don't get as much experience and they don't work as hard. You know how it is.
I know how it is.
Once you get
If
up to
you
the
can't
top,
murder people for their experience, they will inevitably not work as hard.
Mhm.
But if you can just kill them
Yeah.
because they're not doing exactly what you want, then they work harder. It's pretty simple.
You finally got it. That's it. That's exactly it.
Anyway, I'm starting to think this game may not be a good ethical portrayal of how we should interact with other people.
I'm starting to think that you're a little bitch who can't run a cult.
So why would you play a game if it's a bad implication?
You know, you're right.
Anyway, the game seems really good.
It is so
And
good.
I really want to play it. It is baffling to me that, like, it is the game that it is.
It's, firstly, a tailor-made for Northern Lion game. Like, could not be more targeted at that man. But also, it's adorable. The art style is just so cute.
Yeah, it's so cute. And the customizability of the little characters, I love it. I love a customizable character that you can make cute.
I just unlocked the axolotl face, and I'm thrilled about that.
Can you be like a little deer?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, you can't, but you can make a bunch of people a little deer. You're stuck as a lamb the whole time.
If you beat the game, do you get to, like, unlock cool things?
Dunno, haven't beat it yet. Game's been out for 4 days, but I've been working for 4 days, so I've done what I can.
Yeah, I mean, this definitely seems like a really cool game. Like, what would you say the overall, if you're playing the gameplay loop from start to finish, what do you think the like playtime is on the whole?
So I played uninterrupted a 5-hour stream yesterday. So from start until I stopped, I cleared 1 full dungeon path and half of 2 others, but also you got to count in Twitch brain rot where you play worse when you're playing and talking. So I would say if you played it not streamed, you would do better than I did, probably by a decent bit. I don't know. I'm going to say that probably if you play this game quickly, because if you play quick, each dungeon path is only like, it can't be more than like 10 minutes on the outside. Like I've had some 5-minute dungeon runs, you know, and that's with finishing it.
I'm really excited to see what the categories of speedrunning that exists in the game. Because like obviously the simplest one is all bosses, like, you know, 2 end credits type situation. Because I think all bosses are mandatory. Who knows? Maybe there's an optional boss, but like there'll be definitely like 2 credits. Probably like an all bosses if there's optional stuff, and then probably like an all tech tree or like all skill tree speedrun. It seems cool. I feel like speedrunning is one of those things. I've always been on like the fringe of like actually being like, oh, this is a game I want to speedrun, but I've never had one fully that I'm like, I want to speedrun this. I know you did a Hollow Knight, right?
I did. I was actually just about to say that. Like I accidentally fell into the Hollow Knight speedrunning hole, and it's really, really fun. And I would really, really love to actually like get good at it and do it again. But I'm also acutely aware.
Wait, no, did you just send me Cult of the Lamb?
No, you're thinking of somebody else.
On Steam?
No, that couldn't have been me. That was somebody else.
During the recording of the podcast?
No, that was definitely somebody else.
I'm downloading this game currently.
Damn, can't believe that came up. Out of nowhere, in fact.
What are the odds? I mean, thank you. I appreciate it.
No, of course, of course. I think you're
during your own birthday week.
My own birthday. Oh, you know what? That's a great story to tell.
It's
so
about your birthday week?
Yeah, so on my birthday, I got called in early.
Oh yeah.
I got called in early, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to say anything. I don't want this to be a thing because I'm going to be miserable if people make a deal out of my birthday if I'm working a long day. So I decided to just be cool and not say anything. But then, you know, the perfect opportunity fell into my lap of my boss handing me a stack of money. I'm like, damn, what a birthday gift. Merry Christmas. And the guy's like, oh, haha, very funny. Oh, when is your birthday? And I'm like, oh, it's today. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he walks away from my registers to let me like in so I could put the money in the register. And he leans in, he's like, yeah, sure, wise guy. And walks away. And I'm just like, this is the best thing that could possibly have happened. And then
That's actually so funny that he just was like, oh yeah, good one, kid.
Yeah, did not believe me at all. But then later in the shift, someone on their way out was just like, hey, happy birthday, not to me, but to my coworker. And the person was just like, wait, is it your birthday today? And she was just like, no, it's And then she looked at me and I just like got bug-eyed looking at her because she was the only one there who knew it was my birthday. And she's like, it's not my birthday. I'm very glad that she did not say it was mine because she definitely read the right vibe. But it was so funny.
I mean,
She's like, it is not my birthday. And then left.
This is like an every year thing, but I always feel like your birthday's in December.
You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough.
But Dan's birthday's in December. But I don't know why I always think your birthday is also in December. I have to just be like, it's literally not. I don't
even think I have winter birthday vibes. Maybe it's just because I like winter. But like, no.
Yeah, no, there's genuinely no reason, but I'm always like if it's, I don't know, like February, I'll be like, oh, Noah's birthday, December probably. And then like literally come summer, I'm like, literally Noah's birthday is in like the end of summer.
Yep, that's me.
But every time.
I'm the harbinger of fall.
Could be August. Is this a December birthday?
I mean, there's worse mistakes to make. At least you remember my birthday exists.
When's Dan's birthday? The December 8th?
I want to say 10th, and I know that's wrong because that's Nina's birthday. But he and Nina have a very close birthday. I remember yours is in February, but that's all I've got.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like a too big of a birthday head. Mm-hmm. I'm not a birthday rememberer. I'm not really a birthday celebrator either. Like I don't really like to do. I don't know. I'm not a big I don't like being celebrated, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I always feel like I have a problem because I'm like, I don't like being celebrated. And then people are inevitably like, well, I want to celebrate you. Too bad. I'm like, oh, thanks. I really wanted you to do something I didn't want to do on my birthday. That's so cool.
See, I guess my thing is I don't want people to celebrate me, but I also desperately want to celebrate my birthday with my friends, but not have it be, I don't want it to turn into, I want people to bring me gifts on my birthday. Although, I love gifts and always appreciate them because, I don't know, I love gifts. But, I don't, as such, because I love gifts so much, I'm super self-conscious about making any plans around my birthday. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I don't want my friends to come over and feel like they have to get me anything while I simultaneously want to have my friends over on or around my birthday to do something. So I haven't had a birthday party probably since I was a kid. And we only ever did friend parties anyway. Because I don't know, or we never did we only did family parties, no friend birthday parties.
Yeah, see, I feel like I, as a kid, did birthday parties when I was really little, and then I just didn't really do anything for a long time. And then the last couple years, I've done a Chinese New Year party, as a compromise between Mari really wanting me to have a birthday party and me not wanting things to ever be about me ever.
I thought those were a blast, honestly.
It's that's I don't know. I feel like that's the thing. I really love talking about things and being active in conversations, but I don't like when they're aimed at me in specific.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't like when it's at me. I like when it's with me, whatever it may be.
Yeah. No, I definitely feel that because I'm desperate to have events where all my friends that I want to be in a single place are, so that we can vibe and hang out. But I don't want to be necessarily the facilitator of that and have any of it rest on my shoulders, you know?
You know, there is a time and way to be hanging out with friends of yours, including me, starting perhaps soon as of this week.
Dare I say when this episode drops? Perhaps.
The day of, the very day.
Well, maybe not the day, but the night for sure.
For those of you listening, that is Noah and I, as well as other friends of the podcast, such as Nina and Carly and Amanda's never been on the
Brandon.
Podcast. Oh, has Brandon been on the podcast?
Yeah. Were you not there that day? You might have been.
Of course not.
No, are you sure you weren't there?
I literally, for whatever reason, the universe has been like, man, this guy's never going to interact with a guest.
No, you were there. No, because Brandon came on and I pretended to forget Eric's name. And you're like, damn,
yeah.
That's cold. That's cold. And then I felt really self-conscious thinking that 2 weeks in a row, people would think, or two instances in a row, people would think that I never learned Eric's name. So I'm like, shit, no. Hey, I do know. Wait, so Eric's
that was
game.
Brandon on the podcast.
That was Brandon on the podcast.
Not
it sure is
Eric
a podcast guy.
Okay, so then I was there for that.
You were there for that. So you
But
actually have
that was
spoken
not
to him.
an explicitly named guest to me
Oh, my bad.
at any point during the process.
Oh, that's funny. Oh no.
Yeah, no, I like no one was like, this is who this is. They were just like, oh yeah, guest from the Cheers a podcast, and then being like, what was his name? And then like rolling with the like Eric or whatever the fake name that had been come up with, and then just no one told me who it was.
Damn. Shout out to Brandon. I can't believe we actually forgot to introduce you.
Yeah, because it was I think where the introduction could have been in place, it was just it became a bit, and I just never was made aware.
You know what? That
It's fine.
happens sometimes, though. That's
It
what
happens
podcasts
frequently.
are for, is forgetting to introduce people.
Although I do definitely feel as if I have been the designated not here for whenever there's a guest person.
Yeah, that's a strong probability.
I accept it. It's who I've become. It's literally how you got married. No, not really, but kind of.
I think it's
Me not being on the podcast and being like, need a guest.
That is very, very funny.
I just am like, I'm just not here for the guest. I was here for an episode with Carly. I was been here for some of the Edge Halloween episodes.
Mm-hmm. I think you've even been here
I
for most of the Edge Halloween episodes.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty regular on the Halloween season, which is coming up slowly.
I'm stoked for the next round of Edge Halloween. I told her that she better be ready because we're gonna pull her back for another some sort of creepy
obviously. It's got to be. Yeah, I feel like the thing. Anyway, what I was gonna say is we're playing D&D with some friends of the podcast and us.
Oh yeah. That was the real point.
I'm very excited for that. I have not been into any kind of TTRPG in a while, and I really want to be, but it's I'm not really an online person when it comes to playing them. It doesn't click for me, right?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm very much with you.
It's kind of in-person things are getting a little bit more manageable. So, especially out here in the sticks.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm
excited to play some Strahd. I am very excited.
I'm very excited to have you come in for the Strahd game because
I think it's going to be a hoot. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think we're going to have a good time.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited to reintroduce you to Father Mordecai, who I have recycled for this game.
But no one will ever know.
No one will ever know.
Oh, shit. It could have been anyone. This guy could have been in any campaign, anywhere.
Any game at all. Oh shit, that's Nina home though. I'm hearing,
Nina home?
Yeah, Nina's home. I heard the door open.
More likely
I hear the
than
keys
you think.
Clattering. I hear wife coming in as an announcement.
A lot of haters.
Haters would
possible.
say that Nina's not here, but in fact, if you
It's
hear
a lot
the
more
keys
likely
jingle,
than you think.
Nina here.
Are you guys still recording?
Can you see it recording?
Oh shit. Sorry.
And just like that, Nina's not here anymore.
Well, I mean, honestly, that's about as good of a omen that there can be for us to,
Yeah, I was
call it here. We might be a little bit
thing.
short, but you got stuff going on. It's
Yeah, I got stuff
Wife
going
home.
on. You got stuff going on. You gotta, shove a pill up Krampus's butt, or however you get cats to eat a pill.
Luckily, it's a drop.
Oh,
droplets. So I just
fantastic.
gotta put them on something that's tasty, and then she'll just eat them because she's a fool. She did eat around a pill that I tried to give her though. So
That makes sense.
but not in wet food or dry food. In a little soup thing.
Really?
Oh, yeah, she's kind of a menace. She's smart in a way that is annoying. It's fine.
Oh well.
Well, I did get the fleas out of my house, I think.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah, it's been nice the last couple of days. No fleas. I had to bug bomb everything and then give the cats the pills to kill all the fleas that were on them.
My house
Yeah, I
only
probably
had
spent
fleas in it.
$200.
We only had fleas in it one time, and it was really bad though because no matter what we did, it's hard to get rid of fleas. So you would walk
It
around on
is.
the carpet and you just hear you'd feel fleas jumping and bumping against you and going away, and you'd set your legs down out of bed and you would disturb the fleas, and it's ooh.
Yeah, it sucks.
And
it's so they're so hard to manage once they get started.
Oh yeah.
Took me a couple weeks, and like I said, literally almost $200, but I think I got them under control. And right now, fleas have been especially bad this year for everyone. So they're all the stores are sold out, and none of the treatments are really working right. So it's Just takes time and some elbow grease to get them gone.
Ugh.
Yeah. Well, on that note, at least they're gone now. So I
They're
got
gone.
that
Congratulations.
to sit pretty
I'm
on.
very happy for you.
Whew. A battle.
Fuck fleas. All
That
my
is,
homies hate fleas.
Genuinely, and the worst part about a flea is that like if you get one on your leg and you like catch it, they're like hard to crush. Like you can't just be like squish. Like you gotta brutalize them in a way that sucks. It's like, man, I gotta like grind this thing into a powder, and I don't want to do that with my bare hands.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nah. Fuck
Yeah.
fleas.
all my homies do in fact have a disdain for the little creatures. I wish I had an exoskeleton though.
That
That would be so cool. Like you'd be like a person, but like tougher because you have an exoskeleton. But then you wouldn't have any bones. All your stuff would just be like goo
I was
inside.
gonna say,
and that's
would
why
you have an
couldn't get
endoskeleton if you had the
No,
exo?
you can't. I mean, there's probably an example of a creature that has both because biology is rad. But I feel like it's not a normal thing to have both an exo and endoskeleton.
No, definitely not. Ugh.
But with an endoskeleton, we can get big and be human-sized. But with an exoskeleton, you're tough. Choose your fighter.
I'm just imagining like average man, but then exoskeleton guy is like someone like roughly shaped like Danny DeVito, but he can get hit by a Mack truck and he's fine.
Literally.
Do you think humans
Dude,
would
that would
have
be
a
so
strong an exoskeleton or like a little like bitch boy
I think when you
exoskeleton?
get bigger, when you get bigger and you have an exoskeleton, you kind of get to be like pressurized. And then it makes you almost a little weak to like impact and stuff. Anyway, let's stop talking about exoskeletons and call it a day here. So
Yeah, let's call it a day. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening to this week's episode of Off the Air. Tune in next week where Dan will be back and he's going to say something controversial.
And we'll probably have some D&D stuff to talk about.
I hope so.